All right, your drawing for this one looks something like this. You need to just decide where you want to put the 55-degree angle. Obviously, the right angle's down here because it kind of looks like the L, right? But the 55, I'll probably draw it up here because that angle looks wider than the one at the bottom, right? Does not matter. What matters is this needs to be opposite, this needs to be adjacent, because which trig function was given? Tangent. So wherever you put your 55, make sure you put the x opposite and the x minus 3 adjacent. Now that was the first part of number 4, drawing the picture. The second part, and I'm actually just going to do the work over here to the left, is to work out what x would be. Many students decided to figure out what tan 55 was to start the problem, and that's fine. So you could press tan 55, make sure you're in degree mode, comes out to about 1.43. Agree? It's pretty customary to round tangent, sine, and cosine functions to the nearest hundredth while you're doing the problem. All right, so 1.43 would be a good number to use. At this point, we're trying to get rid of this denominator over here, so we're going to either multiply both sides by it, or some students think of it this way: put this over 1 and, what's this called? Cross multiply. So I need to do 1.43 times x minus 3, the quantity, and that will equal x. For some reason, over the last few years, we get lost here. After we distribute, do you agree with my distributing there? And that equals x. Right here is where we get lost. Panic sets in. What do? There's an x on the left, there's an x on the right. I have no idea how to do this. You did one day. I don't know where it went, but here's what you do. You have to gather your like terms on one side of the equation. So since this has an x in it, I'm going to take away x from both sides. When I take away x, how many x's is it? 1. We're basically taking away 1x from both sides. In the meantime, I want to group this like term over on the other side because it's not a like term. It doesn't have an x with it. So I'm sending the constant term, 4.29, over to the right side, while I bring the variable term over to the left side. I'm doing it this way so I don't have negatives. Positives rule the world. Okay? Now, so we're going to add 4.29, add 4.29. But I'm doing it all in one step, bringing the variables to the left and bringing the constants to the right. I also like saying letters to the left. Letters to the left. Got it? What's 1.43 somethings minus 1 of that something? 0.43x. And that equals 4.29. Everything else cancels. At this point, you divide by 0.43, and you should have gotten about 9.98. 10 would be an okay answer. That would be x. If x is 9.98, what's the other side? $9.98? 6.98. If you got 10, what would this be? 7. It's 3 less. Okay? That concludes that problem.